Hello, everyone, and welcome to our product passion. I know we're all very excited, and I'm loving the feedback we're getting from these. So keep it coming. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see us address in any of these, please feel free to let us know. So today we are going to be talking about Verdezymes. So this is one that is a really amazing product. And so we're going to go into that right now and all of the benefits of the proper amounts of enzymes in our body. So are we ready for the PowerPoint, Becca? All right. Okay, so this is a full spectrum protease combination, and just like all of the other Sol products, they're plant sourced enzymes. And one of the things that I've always loved about Sol is that they also put in whole plants that are proven to help with the emotions. So we will go into that. And that's what makes their products very unique, is that in the Verdezymes, they also have a calming herbal blend, which we will go into more detail on that. So digestion is very, 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 very important with serious consequences. And people don't realize that. I think a lot of people think of it as not gaining weight. You know, oh, I don't digest my food and so I'm gaining weight. Well, digestive enzymes are critical for health in many ways, and we're going to go into that. So it needs to be a top priority because it affects every part of our body systems, because everything is connected. So as we age, our digestive efficiency starts to go downhill. It's just how it is. And the digestive enzymes have a significant impact on our well-being physically and emotionally. So this is something we really need to address. So it has a calming digestive formula. It has a full spectrum plant-sourced enzymes with key digestive herbs to potentize digestion and to soothe the GI tract and to also calm the mind. So it really helps you, during the day, and it also helps you at night. So for me, this is one of the things that I order a lot of this because I keep it in my purse. I have it on my bedside table. I have it where I take all my herbs. So I'm always prepared, no matter what I'm doing with these enzymes. They're 100% plant sourced. They include 4 protease varieties to address different digestive needs, depending on different pH conditions, which all of us are different. These proteases play a key role in conditions of inflammation and bloating, and they support the circulatory and the immune systems. So a lot of times we just think about enzymes as, digesting fats, but it's very beneficial for our body systems, like our circulatory and our immune systems. And so we're going to go into more about that. So it has 2 ingredient groups, which is designed to enhance digestion of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. And it also includes the key enzyme glucoamylase. I practiced that, but I totally botched it. You can read it. You can guess for yourself. Okay. So studies have shown that its ability to positively affect blood sugar balance, decrease bloating, and digestive irritation. It's very good to help digest and convert starch from common foods like potatoes, corn, wheat into glucose, which helps with gas. It helps with feeling full. It helps with heartburn. It helps with a lot of different things. And then this calming herbal blend, it helps, like I take 3 of them before I go to bed at night. So not only is it helping me digest my food, but it's also helping me get a really good night's sleep, and it just helps to calm my mind at night. But it's interesting, because you know how adaptogens work, they basically give you what you need. So some people will say, well, does it make you tired during the day then? Because if you're taking it at night to relax, but remember, they will do whatever the body needs it to do. So I take them throughout the day and it doesn't make me tired at all because they're adaptogens, and they have adaptogens in them also. And so at night, it just helps you relax like your body needs to do. Okay, so Sleep. This is a big, big, big problem. I think the majority of Americans especially do not get near enough sleep, and it increases all kinds of health issues, one of which is diabetes, the risk of diabetes. It raises cortisol levels. It creates carb cravings. When you raise your cortisol levels, your body will hold on to the fat. It's constantly like kind of like in a fight or flight mode. And so that was one of my issues, was that I had raised cortisol levels. And so your body's not working properly. So that also contributes to sugar cravings. It raises insulin resistance. Even 1 hour of sleep that you didn't get makes a difference in every aspect, also increasing your risk of obesity. So according to recent studies, I wanted to share this information with you guys. It was actually very interesting. It says, according to recent studies, the number of people who experience frequent acid reflux or heartburn have more than doubled in the last decade. Other digestive disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, and diverticulitis are also on the rise. We've heard a lot about this with people, and it's crazy how simple things like this can really make a difference. So this 100% plant-sourced enzyme is definitely helping. Our health literally depends on enzymes. And this is something a lot of people don't understand. Enzymes are proteins that facilitate chemical reactions in living organisms. They are necessary for every single chemical action that takes place in the body. All of your cells, your organs, your bones, muscles, and tissues are run by enzymes. Your digestive system, immune system, bloodstream, liver, kidneys, spleen, and pancreas, as well as your ability to see, think, feel, and breathe, all depend on enzymes. All of the minerals and vitamins you eat and all of the hormones your body produces need enzymes in order to work properly. In fact, every single metabolic function in your body is governed by enzymes. Your stamina, your energy level, your ability to utilize vitamins and minerals, your immune system, all determined by enzymes. Most of us eat too rapidly to chew, and we fail to chew our food. I mean, I am guilty of that. And over time, our digestive system will deteriorate and our store of natural enzymes become depleted. So maybe back in the day, we used to get the adequate amount of enzymes from our foods. But even when you try to get the best of the best, we are still deficient in enzymes. Verdezymes is a full pH protease blend. And so Rebecca's going to go into some more details about specific things that these enzymes do for the body. And so this is so important because, as we can see, this doesn't just affect our digestive system. It affects our whole body, physically and emotionally.
Yes, thank you. And you know, something else I love about the Soul Naturals Verdezymes is it's not just enzymes. So you've got these wonderful plant-based enzymes that cover all these areas of your digestive system and your organs and everything else. But we also have plants in these that are helping in other ways, because as we all know, Soul focuses on not just the body, but the mind in every single formula. So we're going to go into some of the plants that are in this with a little more detail. Again, she touched on the sleep, but we're going to get into the specifics of these herbs. So the first one is wood betony. Wood betony is something that used to be considered very, very valuable. I loved listening to the webinar on this when we were researching it, because they talked about all these old sayings. She has more virtues than wood betony. It was known as being a very valuable herb. So this is what is in our Verdezymes. It's great for digestion, headaches, anxiety, and just general uneasiness. It's been known to calm the mind. People use it for a lot of things, inflammation in the brain and the head, which we'll get into that a little bit more. But not only that, but it's been known to help with heart palpitations. I loved learning this because in this day and age, a lot of people suffer from anxiety and adrenal fatigue and issues like this that can lead to heart palpitations. They have circulatory issues also that can lead to heart palpitations. I love that this is a natural way to approach them to help to bring balance in that area. So people have used wood betony in cardiovascular disorders. There's a study that this was referencing, and if you need the information on it, I can find that for you and send it over. But in this PowerPoint, there's going to be a few studies that are referenced, but it has been proven to help with heart palpitations. Also for tinnitus, it's antimicrobial. When there's a bacterial infection, it's going to help to fight that. It also was found to have the strongest antibacterial properties. So I've used other herbs for antibacterial properties, you know, olive leaf and garlic and things like that. But I never realized that wood betony actually is one of the strongest ones for antimicrobial properties. So, or antibacterial, same thing. Similar thing. Anyway, so that's another wonderful benefit. So you're also helping your immune system. You're able to fight off infections with the wood betony in this. Also, it's an astringent, again, antimicrobial, drying action to body tissues. It's going to help with infections and drying out any kind of inflammation and infection that can kind of settle in the tissues. It's also going to have restorative effects on the nerves and nervous system. These are all different studies that are being referenced here. So you're able to deal with a lot of different areas, not only infection-wise, but then it also mentions for the nervous system and the brain. So wood betony has a very wide variety of benefits. It also, as I mentioned earlier, it's great for headaches. It was mentioned in 1666. I have known the most obstinate headaches cured by daily breakfasting for a month or 6 weeks on a decoction of betony made with new milk and strained. I thought it was so neat. It's neat to kind of go back in time and see what people used, because we've gotten so far away from using these natural remedies as a part of our day-to-day practice. You know, we've become accustomed to grabbing our ibuprofen or whatever, and there's so many benefits with no negative side effects when you go with the plant route. So this is another benefit of our Verdezymes. Also, it's anti-inflammatory. Yet again, same thing with the headaches. It was found that it has similar or greater potency in its anti-inflammatory effects. So to think that you could actually take Verdezymes and have a better result than perhaps your ibuprofen and Tylenol and those kinds of things, that's wonderful to know that. So this is a great, great alternative, and it's not going to have the negative effects on your gut and other issues, you know, your liver and kidneys that you would have with some of these. It also has peppermint, which we know wood betony is in the mint family, but we also have the peppermint, which is so soothing. That's one of those things that as a little kid, I used to always go out and grab the mint, and I still have a bunch of mint in my backyard, and I love it. It's just such a soothing herb, and it's great in your digestive system. And it also is good for tension and easing the nerves. So we're seeing the physical and the mental benefits with all of these formulas. It was also found that the peppermint oil reduces gastric spasms during endoscopies. I also have found someone near and dear to me that has severe stomach problems. She uses mint to help to calm her digestive tract. There's not many things that she can take that will help her, but mint has been very effective for a very long time for her. So to have that in our Verdezymes is just one more aspect that's going to help to calm our nervous system, calm our intestinal tract. And if you are going to be going in for a procedure like an endoscopy, this is something that can help reduce those spasms that can come with it. Marshmallow is another one. This is very nourishing to the gut. It helps to lubricate it. It's just very soothing and nourishing to your digestive tract. It's also going to help your respiratory system. So it's not just your digestive tract that's getting benefits from this marshmallow. It's also going to help your respiratory system as well. And there is another model that showed the effects of marshmallow on, as an anti-inflammatory as well, but also on gastric ulcers and then blood clots. So, I mean, there's just so many benefits. And I know I just heard on the news, there's some new developments with some of the medical procedures or medical things that are happening right now that are creating blood clots and whatnot. This is a great thing to add in. The other thing to keep in mind with the Verdezymes, when this illness started coming up in everyone's topics of discussion, Verdezymes was one of the products that we suggested to people to help their immune system, not just for their immune system benefits overall, but it actually breaks down the exterior cell wall of a virus, so that when you are taking things that help to boost your immune system and fight viruses and bacteria, it's going to weaken the wall of that microbe, so that you can destroy it, so your body can destroy it. So not only do those enzymes and the herbs in it help to strengthen your immune system, they're anti-inflammatory, all of these wonderful things, but they actually break down that wall so you can kill those microbes. So that's another little side point. So people that maybe are going out and getting the vaccine or gene therapy or whatever you want to call it, this is a great thing to add in to help combat the negative side effects, because some people are going that route. So there's so much you can do to help your body to combat all the negative that might come with that. So this is something to definitely add into your program. Also passion flower. Passion flower is one of those herbs that we hear a lot about. There's a lot of good things about it. People hear passion flower and they think it's for love-ins or something, but it's actually more for calming and relaxing. So the title's a little misleading, but you can't really feel passionate about anything if you're not getting your rest. So this is going to help with the mood and stress levels. So it also helps with your sleep. So this is something that's been used for a very long time to treat insomnia, anxiety, epilepsy, neuralgia, and withdrawal symptoms from opiates and benzos. Also, we used this along with the Renew. We had someone in our life some years ago that was coming off of meth that we actually took in and helped him get clean. And we used the Verdezymes, we used Renew, and we used Calm Oil, and he slept and slept and slept until he was recovered from that. We used other things too to help his liver and kidneys and nervous system and whatnot. But if you have people in your life that are trying to get clean and sober, these are things that are going to be really, really helpful in their journey. Obviously, people, you can't force them to stay clean or want to get clean, but if they are wanting help, these are tools that help. So this has been proven to help with the withdrawal symptoms, which is what most people are trying to avoid when they continue on this track. So it's definitely something to consider. Also, it helps with the GABA receptors. So it's going to help with depression. It's going to help to calm the nervous system. It says that the anxiety scores were significantly reduced when people use passion flower versus a placebo. So you're going to have some really good benefits on the nervous system with this. It also says that it helps with pre-surgical anxiety without altering psychomotor function. So a lot of times people will take something for anxiety, and yeah, they don't have anxiety anymore, but they're also kind of flatlined and vacant and monotone in their brain. So like to have the psychomotor function not affected, but to have the anxiety reduced, that's wonderful, because I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody say that they don't want to be on anxiety meds or antidepressant meds because they feel nothing when they're on them. So this is a great thing to try you know, if you're looking at options and what you might want to do in the coming future, this is a great thing to look into. So it's gonna help with that anxiety and not affect your motor function. Also, it's been used as a sedative, antispasmodic. So we're seeing kind of a passion with the passion, or we're seeing a pattern with the passion flower. It also helps with nervous restlessness. So it's, again, calming, relaxing. But what's great about the Verdezymes is you can take it first thing in the morning and you're not going to be ready to take your nap. So it doesn't force you into a state of sleepiness. But for people that need sleep or are struggling with being able to calm their brain to go to sleep, it will help you fall asleep at night. But my son, he'll take it in the morning with his herbs and he's not sleepy at all. He's just good, calm, and ready for the day. So this is something that's going to help you in that regard. They also, this is one of the studies that was referenced about the placebo versus taking passion flower. They always saw this improvement in your sleep with using passion flower. So Verdezymes, you're dealing with so many issues with Verdezymes in such a healthy way. And then the fiber tract blend. The purpose of this fiber tract blend is to carry the nutrients deeper into the intestinal tract. So it's going to benefit you much further by getting a delivery system into the digestive tract deeper into there. So a lot of times we'll take something and we'll get some great benefits where it lands, but our intestinal tract is long and there's a lot of acids and things that are breaking things down as we go through the digestive process. This fiber tract blend is designed to bring these enzymes deeper into the tract so that you get those benefits further along in the digestive system, in the digestive process, and you're going to see a lot of benefits from doing that. And so with the Verdezymes, again, it's that vegetarian capsule. It's that mind-body connection that they focus on. It's using everything as it's the plant-sourced enzymes. You get better results than, say, hydrochloric acid, which is a animal-based enzyme. These are going to be much gentler, but they are very strong at the same time, which is hard to kind of reconcile sometimes, but they are gentle on the system, but they are very potent. And then again, that fiber tract blend is a part of this. So some people, they'll take it 2 a day, you know, with each meal, or they'll take 3 before bed, or like Rachel was saying, she takes them all through the day. She has it in her purse at all times. This is a great thing to have in your bag or in your car or with you at all times, because you just don't know when anxiety could pop up, when you could eat something that doesn't agree with you, or you might want to use it as a preventative. So you're going to have a lot of uses for this, and it's a great go-to to have with you at all times. So with that said, I think we wanted to open it up to see if anyone had any questions or anything to share before we move on to our announcements and the wheel. Does anyone have anything they wanted to ask Veronica?
I really enjoyed your presentation. I think it is so amazing, the full spectrum of what it can do. The one thing I also found really interesting that I read about was that the enzymes can break down cysts. So not only are they helping the digestive tract to get deeper, but also helping dissolve those virus proteins. And once you utilize it in a therapeutic way instead of digestion, you can get into the cysts and help break down those parasites. It's just amazing, what they can do. And I really appreciate the Verdezymes because it's not animal-based, which is very harsh. Like it's really hard to utilize that. And then your body, it uses that instead of producing its own acids. So it's just amazing product.
Yeah, it is. And people have become so accustomed to they have acid reflux, so they go and get their Zantac or whatever, you know, drug they're using to cut the acid. But what happens is it creates a bigger problem, because you're squashing the acid in the gut, which it has a purpose. It's to break down your food and break it down as much as possible so that your body can absorb those nutrients and get as much out of it as possible. So you get rid of that, you're not getting your nutrients the way that you're supposed to. And it creates a bigger problem, because then your body, the acid balance in there is so out of whack, you can't get a rhythm with that. And so instead of popping these antacids all the time, if we can start to strengthen the gut and build healthy enzymes in the body, you're going to find that the need for that is going to diminish. And little by little, you'll find that you don't even need them anymore. So these are a great tool and a much healthier tool. I believe we just saw something about a class action with one of those pills where people were having cancers because of these antacids. So this is something that is going to help without the negative side effects. So we love that. But thanks for sharing that, Veronica. And then Rachel, you had something to share?
Well, real quick, I don't forget that we have the Wheel of Fun, and we're going to give away a bottle of Verdezymes, but there are 2 people on here that don't have their names. They're under Galaxy Note 9 and Galaxy Tab A. If you could please put your names, that way we know what to put and enter into the wheel. And then also, what you had talked about as far as viruses go, I just want to say a little something about that. There is a lot to that when it comes to the C word, which I'm not going to say it out loud. We will use things in code. But I have been exposed multiple times, there's no doubt, to the C word, which we all, I'm sure, have. People don't understand. We're all going to come in contact with it at some point, I truly believe. So we want to be proactive. But the Verdezymes are one of the things that I live on all the time. And so it's very interesting, because I know I was exposed. Both my kids had it and they were fine. I gave them lots of stuff to help their immune system and viruses, but I never got it, or at least it never came about, okay, to where I was sick. So there is something to look into. You know, we're not doctors, but there are things that do help with viruses. And I truly believe that the Verdezymes was one of the factors that has kept me strong and kept me healthy, so that our bodies can do what they are designed to do naturally without things that could cause harm. But everybody's got to decide what they want to do and what they're comfortable with. But I will tell you that I know there is definitely something to the Verdezymes, as well as a lot of the other products that help with viruses and immune system. So I will just leave it at that. I think Tammy has something to say.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask real quick, and maybe we covered this, but isn't there an aspect of Verdezymes when you take it on an empty stomach that it actually cleans your blood? Am I remembering correctly about that?
I believe so. In fact, there's actually, yes, it does, but there's also, I've heard them talk about when you take them on an empty stomach, it's going to help break down old waste in your intestinal tract. So doing it at night before bed, there's a lot of benefits to it. It's going to help to clean, like Tammy said, it's going to help to clean the blood, but it's also going to eat up all that waste that's been sitting in your intestinal tract. And so taking them before bed, yes, it's great for sleep, but it's actually got a lot of really great health benefits as well. So yes, yeah, thanks for bringing that out, Tammy. Well, I think if I don't see any more questions, yes, Rachel, everyone needs Verdezymes. I agree. Oh, I see another hand. Margot?
How do you know how many to take? Because I know some people say they take it at night. Some people take it in the morning on an empty stomach. I mean, how do you know for your body how much you take? Do you just take what the recommended and then adjust it? If you can help out with that, that would be great.
Well, personally, I usually start with the recommended dosing. So when I first started taking Verdezymes, I just did 3 at night. And if I do need more, I'll have it in my bag. And like, let's say I'm going to go out to eat, I'll take one with my meal. But that's just me. It's really a matter more of personal preference. But I do find that a lot of times starting with the recommended dose is a great place to start. But yeah, the 3 at night for me, that was like the go-to. That was the best thing for me to start. But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have anything they want to add to that? A different perspective, maybe?
Well, I would definitely do it with your meals. I mean, I do it with every single meal. I do it when I take my herbs in the morning because it also helps to digest, because sometimes you're flushing stuff down the toilet. You know, if you're not digesting everything you're taking, you're wasting your money. So for me, I have really poor digestion, and I want to make sure I'm getting the best out of the supplements I take too. So I take it at like 3 times a day plus at bedtime, but not everybody would want to do that. It can add up, but cost wise, but I feel like right now too, with all the stuff going on with the C word and all these other things, that it's not going to hurt us to add more to our day. And I mean, to me, I'd rather spend money on some of that stuff than other things. So yeah, I think there's no right or wrong really with it. I think you just kind of have to see how you feel and what you want to do and how you eat and all of that. So, and your digestion.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So before I even met Sol and was going to a naturopath, the one thing I always left with was enzymes. She wanted me taking enzymes constantly for my gut health and for getting the nutrition into my body. Also, one of the things that Greg has even said, and you kind of explained it, is that when he adds 2 Verdezymes to his Flex PI, it helps with migraines. There's something about the 2 together mix when you're having headaches and migraines, that combination, and I've tried it, and it has absolutely helped me so much.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard that too with the migraines. A few people have done that. Okay, Veronica, I think you were next.
I'll be quick. That is so cool about the Sol PI and the Verdezymes, because I haven't figured that part out just yet. But I wanted to mention, like, you were saying that the naturopath always had you leave with the enzymes, and some people do use it therapeutically, just like without food, not to digest food, but actually to digest fibrin, which is a really like almost like scar tissue inside of the body. So enzymes can literally break down all of these things going on that we don't even know what they are, too much scar tissue, and just break it down if you're using it in that way. So it's just, you know, again, amazing.
It's a lot of wins for Verdezymes. Patricia, I think you had something to share or ask. Did you still have something to share?
I was just going to ask, so I just started taking Sol, but I haven't tried the Renew yet. And I mean the Verdezyme, yeah. And I just had a question. I have a son that suffers a lot with stomach issues, and they've always given him, like you mentioned, Zen to everything. So I don't give him anything. I just do homeopathic and stuff. He's only 10. What would be like a good start? Would he do the same as like what it says for an adult, or would I do less?
Well, unless somebody else wants to answer, does anyone else want to answer? Because if not, I can chime in. I don't want to hog it. Okay. So you cannot overdo this stuff. It is phenomenal. And I've been using these products for my kids. It's been 8 years, I believe. And that means I started them, let's see, when my youngest was 8 years old. So we've been using these this whole time. And then my middle son, he's 17, and he has had a lot of issues. He was my biggest why I started with Sol. Their whole time I've kind of played with it a little bit, but with Verdezymes, from young, I started them on it, and they learned how to swallow pills very young, because I've had them on natural alternatives their whole lives. But with the Verdezymes, if he's 10 years old, it also depends on how severe the problem is, but you could start with 1 or 2 with each meal and then do them before bed, because the more you can build up those good enzymes in his system, he's going to see a lot of benefits. but it's going to, over time, it's going to take time, especially if he's been struggling with this for years. But personally, I would start with 1 or 2 with each meal and then do the 3 before bed. And you will not overdo it. It's only good. And then Lorraine, she was saying that her kids, oh, and she's got little cuties, take all the soul drinks and capsules ages 9, 7, and 3. So I think a lot of the people on here have experience with their little ones. And then Rachel Moore, she's got great experience with this. She's actually opened the capsules and added them to drinks for her son. But it sounds like your child has been able to swallow pills, which is great. So I started with bribing when mine was in preschool. I gave him $1 for swallowing his pills. And once he knew he could do it, it was a wrap. But everybody's kind of got a different situation with their kids and a different approach. I don't recommend bribing, but it worked for me. He doesn't get $1 anymore. So, and then Tammy, you sneak it into smoothies too. It's like we've all got our little approaches, but like I said, you cannot overdo it. These are so good for you. So he will get a lot of benefits, things that he would never even think of. So it's going to be neat for you to be able to watch that process. So, okay, well, I think we're about done. Rachel, did you want to take over with the wheel and the announcements?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with the announcements. So we have, I also don't know who the Galaxy Note 9 is. So if you want to be entered into the wheel, please put your name so I can put your name, okay? Or you can even put it in the chat if you want to put it in the chat. That way we know. All right, so we decided to make a little change to simplify some things for our meetings, for our weekly meetings. We decided we are going to combine the Tuesday meeting, which is today, Product Passion. And on Fridays, we have a personal growth specialist training that we do on Fridays. So what we decided to do was to combine those days. We're trying to work smarter here, and we know time is valuable. And so, Rebecca, can you take note of that, Charlotte, for me? Okay. And we are going to combine them. So every Friday, our meetings will take place, the Product Passion and the specialist meeting. They're each 30 minutes. You are welcome to stay on for the specialist meeting if you would like to, but we will no longer be having them on Tuesdays. We will have them on Fridays, every Friday, except the first Friday of every month, because on the first Friday of every month, we do our Introduction to Soul opportunity meeting. So for people who want to know how this business benefits you, how you can make money at it, how you can help people, this is something we do the first Friday of every month. So on the first Friday of every month, there will be no trainings, okay? But all the other Fridays, we will have it on Friday. Now, we're going to pose a poll to you guys because we wanted to know if you want to change the time on Friday to 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is 2:30 Texas time. We got a lot of Texans here. Or if you would like it to be at the time it normally is, which is at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time or 4:30 Texas time. So if you guys could, let us know what you prefer, that would be awesome. We'll wait a few minutes and maybe Becca, you could take note of this too.
Yeah, they're still coming in. The votes are still coming in. We're about halfway there.
Okay. I'm going to add Charlotte here.
We almost have all the votes. We're so close. We just want to make sure everyone's voice is heard so we can keep all of you in consideration for this. We want to make sure everyone's considered. Only a few more voters. We're going to be closing the voting booth shortly. Okay. No preference from some. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end the polling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's the 12:30, which is 2:30 Texas time is what the winner is. Let me share.
So we'll let you know.
There you go.
So we'll take everything into consideration in our decision. But I mean, for us, I think 12:30 is perfectly fine, and it will be 1 hour. So we will let you know for sure, but it looks like that is the winner. Okay.
And then we're also going to be just using one link from now on. We want to simplify this as much as possible. And so whoever has been sharing the link with you, we're going to just use one. We're done with the multiple links. We do not care how many people are on there. We want as many people as possible. So we're not doing a waiting room anymore. We're not having multiple links. We want to make it as easy as possible for people to be a part of these meetings, and everyone is welcome. So that's why we're doing it this way. We want to make it simple, simple, simple.
Okay. All right. I totally botched your name, Charlotte. I put it in the wheel, but you know who you are. Okay.
Can I say one thing? The only exception will be the first Friday of the month will just be 30 minutes, correct?
No.
On the opportunity. It's still going to be an hour for opportunity?
Yeah. It's going to be what it's been. Yeah.
I think it's been 30 minutes for the opportunity.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that too.
Yeah. We'll
But
get all the updates.
whatever it's always been is what it will be. So, all right.
And then I think Veronica had a question. She was raising her hand.
Yeah, I would just, so the 2 meetings will be like back to back. Is that what okay. All right. But they will be different.
They will be just the same as we have the Tuesday meeting is product passion, 30 minutes on one product. Fridays is a specialist personal growth meeting and business meeting, and that's 30 minutes. But so first people can join the first one, which starts at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time. And then those who want to stay after for the specialist meeting can stay after for the second.
Okay. And on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we like that too, because there's some people that don't realize that we have a specialist opportunity, let alone that it's so easy to learn a little bit more about it. And so we want to make this as easy and organic for people to learn a little bit more if they want to, without any pressure. So that way, if they want to just stay on, they can stay on, and then they can be a part of the specialist training. So we're trying to make this as easy and inclusive as possible for everybody.
So will this be the last Tuesday?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So starting next week. So then if everybody's in agreement, then we can just start, we can do 12:30 starting next Friday. Wait, yeah, next Friday. We'll have our normal weekly this week. So Friday we'll have our specialist training because it's not in effect yet. But next week, everything will be on Friday. All right. Okay, so are we ready for the Wheel of Fun? We're going to be giving away the Verdezymes. All right. Let's see here. Are we ready? Hold on to your hats. Oh, Angel. Congratulations, Angel. Woo-hoo. You are going to get a bottle of Verdezymes. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We love seeing all of you guys and all of your support. And we look forward to the changes. And if you are confused about anything, please feel free to reach out to the person that invited you and they'll help you. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Anybody have any closing words, Becca?
Thank you.
No, thank you so much, guys, for being on here. It's great to see you all. And congratulations, Angel.
Good to see you guys. Hi, Maria.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right, have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.